Alright, what's going on, guys? Gdoggcasey here with another Final Fantasy XIV healing video this time. We are in Halatali, which is the first sort of optional dungeon that you'll come across when leveling up characters. Hello. Start off with a protect, and we're going to eat some food as well. And let's roll. Music's pretty good in this dungeon. I didn't know that was going to happen. Alright, let's get organized here. Alright, so right away I'm noticing a problem here with my setup. I'm recording this episode after recently doing a full format on my computer, so you may notice some things that are a little bit different than they otherwise would be. Like, for example, this party list needs to be closer. That should do. Alright. We're gonna mess this pull up a little bit, but it's gonna be alright. Everyone's okay. We're fine. So we are level 23 during this dungeon. We have some new abilities open to us. I'm noticing another problem here. Okay, enemy list. Right here, like over here. Just under it. Alright, okay, we're gonna get going, I promise, guys. I'm gonna DPS this guy down. I don't like that either. Okay, holy shit, we're like noticing all these issues. Believe it or not, I did do some testing, but not with a healer, which is the problem. So, HUD layout, the progress bar. No, not the target bar, the progress bar. Needs to be a little bit higher. See how that goes. On the fly. We got it. On these pulls, we're just going to focus a little bit more on healing. Just to make sure we don't totally screw anyone over. Throw some arrows on some dudes. Throw some stone too, actually. In all honesty, this is probably better. Since I'm not going to be really using Stone 1 all that much anymore. It does apply heavy, but in a dungeon scenario, I don't see myself needing that too much. Alright, tank is a little bit injured here. But we got him off in time. We're going to start healing. So I'm not sure if I just did not explain this in an earlier episode because I forgot or because they weren't available or something like that, but now that we are a white mage, you can see on our bar that we have Sure Cast and Swift Cast, which are both Thaumaturge class skills. So we have those as our class skills, and they're really going to help us in situations where we need to heal or like raise somebody from the dead right away. And that's a very key combination that you have to have as a healer. So it's a bit annoying because you got to grind up a Thaumaturge up to level 26, I think it is, for Swift Cast. But it's very worth it. Without it, you're just not going to be as optimal as you could be otherwise. Hopefully we're not going to have a situation where we need to even worry about that for a long time, but when we do, you'll see why it's so important. to be going pretty good. I'm noticing also HUD layout, target bar, move you over here. I always struggle with the target bar, figuring out where to put it. I think we're okay. Let's roll. This boss has a bit of an interesting mechanic. It's not too tough at all. We're just going to DPS him down, and we're going to notice he's going to summon some dudes coming out of the sides of the room. And we're just going to want to kill them before they reach the center. On that side, looks like someone's already dealing with them. We're just DPSing non-stop here. We might be able to do these guys. I'm actually going to heal the tank here. Arrow looks to be enough. On this dude, I might need a stone too. That'll do it. Alright. Get back onto the boss. Oh, is that not going to do it? We got it done. The Noxious died. I thought it might make it to the center there last second. Put arrow back on. Everything looks good. Keep stone twoing him until he dies. There we go. Easy peasy. And you just jump into the flame, and you're off. The screen is looking a little bit busy. I remember that, you know, before I had formatted the computer, I had it set up where it didn't look quite so messy all over the place. I promise I will try to get that resolved shortly. Just need to remember how I had it set up. But, that said, I will notice that things are running incredibly better at the moment. So I hope you guys are actually noticing that. Like, everything seems to be running very smoothly on 60 frames per second and in a bit of a higher quality as well, which is why I wanted to do that in the first place. Basically, I had felt like my computer was doing something it shouldn't be. It just wasn't working to its full potential, and it was starting to hinder some of my videos. I'm sure you may have noticed some small frame drops here and there. In the racing videos, there was quite a bit more. So I am happy to report that so far, ever since the format, things do seem to be running much smoother. So I'm happy with that. So it's worth having a little bit of like UI hiccups. I keep using, because I just recently changed my keybind for it, I'm using Stone 1 now, and I should be using Stone 2. Right now we should be using Cure, so we'll do that. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better in terms of where the progress bar is. So just as usual, we are starting off the encounter by arrowing everything, and then checking to see if the tank needs to be healed. In this case, he did, so we healed him up a bit. He or she, can't really tell. And then we get back to starting to stone 2 everything. That's what I'm doing anyway. I'm not trying to say that that is the 100% optimal way to do it, but it seems to be, in my opinion, at least the best way to do it right now. Alright, we got a bit of a bigger pull here, so we're just going to make sure we get arrow on things. Pull threat, so we're going to jump on the tank to make sure that he can easily grab threat. We got arrow on everything, so now we're going to start curing until he's ready to go on his own. Right there, got a big heal there because he used convalescence. Nicely done. Now we're going to start to just DPS these dudes down. Feels like I targeted the wrong guy there, so we're going to switch it up. And the tank is taking decent damage. He's actually poisoned as well, so we're going to Esuna him. Oh shit, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Whoa, good. Okay, maybe the cure would have been way more important than the Esuna there in that situation. There we go. Now we got the Esuna dealt with. Throw Cleric Stance back on. Get back to doing damage here. Almost let him die there. Of course. Arrow everything. Get to heal in the tank. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden now the tank feels much less tanky than he was before. I don't know if that's just my imagination though. See, one thing I'm just thinking of now in my head while I'm, just healing here, but I'm trying to figure out if it would be better if my party members' names were just not on. Because I do have the information that I need in this box here. I feel like sometimes if I see a low health bar out in the middle of the screen, it might be good information for me, but I'm not sure. I might try just having their names completely off, because you see, like, it's a big reason that there's a lot of clutter on the screen. My own name definitely needs to be off, but their names are taking up a lot, so I don't know. Alright, let's get this guy healed up and we'll get rid of his poison. Could have done that earlier, but it wasn't necessary to survive. Just over there. Player stance on, arrow on. Get damaging. Of course, cleric stance doesn't matter when we're talking about Esuna, so keep that in mind. We don't have to take cleric stance off when we need to use Esuna. And just to let you know, an easy way to see if you need to use Esuna, for those of you who are like beginners here, Esuna is the spell that you have that removes a single detrimental effect from a friendly target. I was just healing something there. So, and an easy way to spot it is it always has a downwards pointing arrow. Most people already know that, but I'm pointing it out because there was quite a while when I actually didn't even notice it was that simple. So just keep an eye on your party members' buffs here, and whenever there's a detrimental effect, it will show up. It will be first in line, and it will be a down arrow. typically with a red background as well. Although I'm not sure if they always have red backgrounds, but yeah, you can see when you need to Esuna somebody, so it's helpful. I think it's the next dungeon where that starts to become a lot more of an issue for you as a healer, where you want to pay attention to that. But it looks like they sprinkle in some poison here in this dungeon. Being vulnerable now, yeah. We're just gonna arrow things. These are not even full health enemies. Doing that. I thought there was a chance that I could have, but I didn't think for sure that it would happen. So this boss is fairly simple. He comes out and we fight him on the ramp here. Eventually he'll run into the water and turn it purple, which I guess is like electrocuting it, so it does damage to you when you stand on it. So then for these phases you just have to stand out here and deal with the small waves of enemies that show up. He will also shoot AoE spells at you, just to make sure that you keep moving. Let AoE heal here. I'm gonna throw out an inefficient AoE heal here, because why the hell not? We'll just get back to damaging the boss here. It looks like we pulled threat with that heal again. I don't know, I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Do not need that. Do not need that. So that's the second boss done and dealt with. Just one more left in this dungeon. Two guys getting a little bit hurt. I'll let the AoE heal. Do a single target heal here. That was probably a bit of an overheal, but doesn't really matter. We have the leeway to do that right now. And he's dead. There's a trap over there, this chest. If you walk to go get it, it'll trigger like a big fight. I did let it trick me once when I was early into this game. And the rest of my party members weren't there. We ended up surviving. They ended up getting there in time. It wasn't like a huge deal, but it was a pretty funny moment for the tank. I was like, oh, let's go get that treasure chest, and then all of a sudden a big dude spawns on top of me, and I was like, shit, I don't think I'm actually ready to fight this. I like to leave it up to the tank to figure out if you're going to be going for extra stuff. There we go. And up these stairs lies the last boss of the dungeon. Alright, here we go. So this dude has a couple little mechanics as well. Not bad, actually. I think they're pretty fun. Essentially, we can damage him until he engulfs himself in fire, which is right there. And then a fire sprite spawns. So we have to kill that. And there will be another fire sprite that spawns. And then we kill that. And then we go back to the boss. And he is now vulnerable again. Oh, also these things. Which are from the first boss. We can handle that stuff. And we just gotta make sure that we can afford to throw in a quick heal every now and then. Alright, get Arrow back on the boss. Start doing some more DPS. Eventually he'll start casting, I think it's this one where he casts like fire spells and even ice spells around the room. And they will leave like a AoE damage circle that you don't want to stand in. Just makes it a little bit more important to make sure you know what you're doing and where you are. No Noxious. I thought there might have been a Noxious. Maybe not. Alright. I turned off Cleric Stance by mistake. We'll go ahead and turn it back on. Go back to damaging. As a healer, it's a little bit boring, just because your teammates don't really take too much damage, so you don't have to heal them too often. So essentially, you know, it's just cleanup duty. We're gonna get hit by that, probably. Nope. Alright. So we're gonna deal with these guys, make ourselves as useful as possible. Everyone else is doing alright. There's the Noxious. And he's dead. So you saw that big fire explosion? That was when one of the dudes hit the boss. One of the little fireballs. So that's what happens. And if they all start hitting the boss, then you actually will take a lot of damage, but you know, if a few slip through, it's not going to hurt anybody. There you have it. That's Halatali from the healer's perspective, specifically the Conjurer. We are a white mage, but we are not a white mage in this dungeon. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Not too bad. GG. Good group. Everybody did well. We got 1 player commendation. We gave ours to the tank. And yeah, thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one, which will be on the 1,000 Mods of Toto Rock. All right, guys, we'll see you then.